Hello, and welcome to Dishonored Any Percent. I'm Lurven,
I'm Henny.
I'm Finzi, hello.
Hello, I'm Scopy.
and I guess we're just going to start off so we don't fall behind schedule introducing ourselves. 3, 2, 1, go! So, at the start of this, we're going to do some parkour, and don't worry about it. I'm going to get up here in a very intended way. Hopefully. Ah, there we go. God elevator.
Sorry. So what you see Lurven do there is what we call elevator, as he just said, and it's a technique to climb walls, which can be, or just geometry in general. It works because we can like run backwards and vault continuously up to certain spots.
They're my citizens.
So now we're going to be in some cutscenes, and then I can show off another elevator,
All of them.
kind of explain how it works a little bit more.
We will not speak of this again.
So in general, today is the 10-year anniversary of this game coming out for the first time. So I'm happy I got to show off exactly today what this game has to offer. It should be very fast-paced when we have control of the character, and other than that, we're going to be watching these characters talk a whole bunch.
As usual.
So this is Voldemort, and he is our mortal enemy. He is going to do some funky stuff to ruin our day. So now we're going to give the Empress a note through interacting with her like that. It's not slower or faster, it's just a thing we do because it's like we have the time to do it, so we might as well. Here we have another elevator, so basically any 90-degree corner in the game, we can climb it forever if we jump into it in a specific spot, so I just go in front of it and then I go up like that. Oh, I only got halfway up, but then I can just press space a bunch of times and I get all the way up. Only elevator in the game where that works. We don't know why it works, but it does.
Now we have a nice scenic view here, and we're waiting for some ninjas to drop from the roof, or to teleport.
Yep. So as soon as they teleport in, a fight tutorial starts, and the fastest way to do the fight is to just instantly die from fall damage. And so that's the end of the fighting tutorial and the introduction.
Corvo, thank you.
So now Voldemort is going to get his magical assassins, his Death Eaters, to ruin everything for us. This guy is the big like magical baddie of the game. We won't be seeing much of him because we'll skip all of it. So in general, as you might have been able to tell, the game is really broken. And it's like we can move through walls and we can move up walls and nothing is off limits. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of that coming up right after this cutscene.
Protect her.
Just in general, if I'm on a boat, we can have donations whenever you want to, because there will be a lot of boat rides.
Corvo.
Yeah, fun fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like 12 or 30 minutes of gameplay versus 20 minutes of cutscenes, so we have a lot of time for donations.
Yep. So right now, like, the community is hoping to be able to make a modification to the game where we skip a lot of the cutscenes, and we're working on that. So hopefully we will be able to have a much faster run. Now I'm going to start holding F here. This is for a trick called an RE storage skip. We usually just call it the first letters of those 3 words, but I won't say that on stream. And that will just allow us now to skip some dialogue very quickly. So you'll see like a little wheel pop up that's supposed to go around in a circle, but since I'm already holding F, it just instantly disappears when it pops up there. And we have just been dishonored.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Name drop.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
You should eat.
So we're gonna wake up in a prison. Thankfully it's a very bad prison. It doesn't really do a good job of keeping anyone in. First of all, they give us a key to the cell. So we just pick up that, and then we go over here, line ourselves up with this door, jump at it, and we go through it. And then we go to this corner and do another elevator, which I'm very happy they installed. That's very nice of them. Thank you, prison people. And now we're on top of the prison, and we can just run over here. And because of video games, as long as we land in water, it doesn't matter. There's no fall damage. Can run all the way over here and go to the next level. Like, the inbound strats there take like another minute or 2, and there's a bunch of guards that can get in your way and be annoying, so I'm very happy we have the option to just do that. This is another one of those missions that we don't really do the way they want us to, because we can just do an elevator there and get out of bounds. This is only doable on like an old patch of the game, so we're running down patched here specifically to do this route right here. This was found by... Well, actually, going out of bounds here was known for a very long time. But then Votium found a way to get back into bounds at the end of the level, and so it ended up being faster to do this, like in 2019.
Yeah, that was being looked for so long, and it was really nice to finally see this be a thing.
So these guards are just hanging out. We're gonna completely ignore them because they don't have AI, because again, they're out of bounds. So here I'm going to climb this very high wall by standing here and turning around in a specific way while jumping like 20 times per second. And then go over here. So I guess we can explain vaults because I'm doing a whole lot of them. Anybody want to go out?
Yeah, sure.
Try that?
So, I mean, I might not be 100% technically correct, but vaulting is just a technique of jumping over an object in a certain way. Because normally when you climb an object, you will see a climbing animation. And when vaulting, like if you jump with a certain distance towards the object and just hold space, then you will not get that animation.
Yep. And it's just really fast. It saves like 0.3 seconds all over the place, and we try to do it whenever we can. Because it's just faster than running in a straight line to be close to the object that you're running over.
Yeah, and speaking of small time saves, all the storage skips that lurven mentioned before, they only save like a little bit of time each, but over the course of the run, obviously, they add up.
Yep. So you can also see me spamming through all of the loading screens that have to do with cutscenes. This was found like earlier this year, I want to say. That saves like 0.1 second almost every time. Sometimes it's slower, but for RTA it's not slower, so we won't be bothering to slow down for that. But it basically just allows us to save like another 3 seconds throughout the entire game. Which again, since this is like a 13-minute run wearing a 33-minute trench coat, it's like, it matters a lot, because 2 seconds is a lot of time in a 13-minute run. Now we're coming up with Samuel, our boatman, to the hub area. We're going to be returning here a whole lot throughout the run, doing certain small objectives. For the first one here, we're going to go have a drink in a bar and then go to sleep and have a fever dream.
I must say, so far this one has been quite okay.
Yeah. So far, I think I'm on a good pace.
It's on Reki pace.
Yeah, maybe actually. But this is like the easy part of the run. But it's also the boring part because there's like so many cutscenes and the movement isn't that fast yet because we don't have our magical abilities.
It's gonna come soon.
Yeah. So here I'm going to be scrolling on my mouse because if we scroll at the end of this cutscene right before we get a loading screen, the game gets confused and we jump through the roof above us. And we can just keep going. This was also discovered by Votium. This was discovered by accident because he was just spamming space because he's a Mirror's Edge player and he was spamming through cutscenes. And so he figured out that you can just jump right before that loading screen happens and you will go through like that and it saves like 10 seconds and it's very nice.
Literally cheating.
Literally. So now we have our magical ability, Blink, which is this short-range teleport that you see me using. This is like the main movement ability of the game. Oh. Still got the potion, it's okay. So that's most of what makes this speedrun like both unique and fun. It's without Blink, this game really wouldn't be the same.
Shoutouts to all the no Blink people in different Dishonored games.
Yeah, Dishonored 2 had that as like a mechanic. In this game, we have to try very hard to make it even close to possible to do it without blinks because they kind of just didn't route around it. So here we can bring up Blink before this cutscene happens, which saves a very small amount of time because you don't have to get your hand out after the cutscene. So I can just blink right away. So here we're picking up a bunch of stuff. Does anyone want to explain what that is?
What can I do?
So yeah, this game has DLC, or actually multiple DLCs, and one of those is just putting certain items and money and lore stuff into Corvus' room. And for the longest time in the beginning, we did not use these DLC items because we wanted to make the run accessible for pretty much everyone. But then we, let's just say, we figured out ways of having everyone use it, and yeah, now we run this yeah, by default, pretty much. It's faster because it gives you items that let you upgrade your blink and everything.
Yep. And also now it's part of the definitive edition, which often costs like $2 on Steam during a sale, so everyone has them almost always now.
The other half's fighting over what's left.
So we're coming up on the first real mission. We're done with all the tutorial stuff. We've gotten our abilities. You didn't really see me upgrade any abilities there, but I will be doing that throughout the run.
Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory.
So,
There are the real odd birds living
yeah, in general,
fringes like that
Henny
green
here has
bag.
used to run this game ages ago, so did Fincy. Scopy has done 100% here because he lost a bet once.
Everyone makes mistakes. It wasn't that bad, honestly.
Oops. Oh, it worked out.
I'm still up there for you to run 100% once. At least once.
I'll have to. It's like the one category I haven't done at this point.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but picking up coins is slow, so.
Yeah. And you pick up so many coins, you can't even use them all. Like, what's the point?
But being rich is fun, man. So much money to spend.
So we're coming up on the first slip clip, which is when we lean our head through a wall and then use our teleport ability, and for some reason the game doesn't check if that's okay, so it just puts us through the wall. So we do that back and forth there to go through the door, because the door is locked, then we go through the wall here to get out of bounds, and then we just activate a load door through the wall. Then there's another trick here. First, it's a very long fall that for no reason really just works. You don't die from this usually. And then you run at this guy, lower your frame rate, and interact with him, and that skips 14 seconds of dialogue. You don't have to lower your frame rate, but it's a frame-perfect trick. You gotta talk to Samuel right as he puts away his Siggy, and by going down to 5 frames per second, it's a lot easier than a 250 frames per second, which is what we're usually playing at.
Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to
So happy I got that first try.
Nice.
I was struggling with that when I was practicing for this, and people laughed at me and said I would fail it. So screw you, Shay. I did it.
And Lurven is a god gamer. He's just really
Well,
chill about it.
it helps that this game is very easy.
I wouldn't say that.
But it's like, after I started learning this game, I started playing Mirror's Edge, and then I realized that like you can lose 40 seconds to missing one input, and then I was like, I'm very happy that this game loses you like maximum 7 seconds for any point in the run.
Then again, this run is pretty optimized in general because of like the short length, but it's cool to see people always find new tricks and new stuff still, and then it's a hunt for the record again.
Yep. So here we're going through this wall, and we're going into a cutscene from under a floor, but because the cutscene starts, it teleports us into it.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready. I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times, believe me.
Is your mic working?
Hello? Now I am.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I guess.
I can say something again.
Now I can hear Finzi, that's amazing.
to Hackathon.
Hello, everyone.
Golden Cat, Corvo. You'll have to go the rest of the way. on
Now
your
I can
own.
hear you too.
The entrance
not coming
is near
through here.
Alder Square. The main thing is to make sure that little girl, Emily,
So
gets back.
now
all
we're
safe
going
for
up to the
shore.
same area we were
Them
just
two
at,
Pendletons are
but
there, so I'm guessing there'll be a lot of
we're
guards.
going to go in a different direction
Slack
once
jaw
we're
might
halfway
have
down
some
the street
ideas on how
to
to
go
get
into a
inside the
brothel
cat,
to
if he don't
save
kill you.
a child and kill 2
This here's
twins.
his territory.
Yes.
He and his bottle
The
street
lore in
band
this game
roll
is
up
pretty
at the
good when
old
you're playing it
Dunwall
casually, and it
whiskey
has like a
factory.
cool thing about
They
like
sell the
power
elixir
corrupting
that
people and
folks
stuff,
use to
but
fight
for
off
the
the
speedrun we
I'll
only
lay
really
low,
hear the
but
part
keep an
that's
eye
in
out
the
for you, and a little lady
non-skippable
will bring him
cutscenes, and
back.
so it doesn't make much sense.
Good luck to you.
But we do get to hang
I
out
know
with
Emily
Samuel a
must
lot,
mean
so
a
that's
lot to
nice.
you.
Sam's a really good guy.
No, I need that. So yeah, you see me picking up these blue vials at times. Those are mana potions, and because I'm using my teleporting abilities so much, I need a lot of mana. You also see me then picking up these roots, which have to do with the leveling up abilities that I mentioned earlier. So as soon as I interacted with that door, I'm now on a timer. Oh, bad RNG. So I have to kill 2 dudes and pick up a bunch of mana potions while this is happening. Okay, I hit the grenade. We throw that out of bounds in a weird way. Don't worry about it. It falls back into bounds and kills the guy. Then we kill that guy with a landmine made of nails. Then we pick up a rune. Then we pick up a potion. Then we shoot that to go through. Shoot that guy. Pick up her key. Place that mine. Go in here. Pick up both potions, please. The landmine kills the guy that was chasing after me. Then I go down here. Upgrade Blink 2. Go low FPS so Emily isn't stuck. Go low FPS so Emily isn't stuck. Thank you very much. And then we go through this door.
Nice.
Can you recap on that?
We do everything like during the timer, so we just have to Monka S and Monka Steer to go through it as quickly as possible and not lose time. Good and bad RNG don't lose time to each other. One of them is just much harder because you can still make the cycle of Emily running down the stairs.
Like
And
you said, easy game.
Easy game, yeah. And then if you're too slow, she gets stuck like that, so you have to turn her around manually. So this is the longest break in the run. It's not the longest cutscene, but it's the longest break. I think if I press this button, no, it's this button. No, 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 no.
What business are you talking
No,
about?
no, wait.
Oh,
I thought it was this button.
grown up business, girl.
Maybe I don't have
I
the
mean,
button
you made
anymore.
shit.
Well, this shows the
Forgive me.
collision, but that's not useful.
It's okay.
This is just zoom.
I heard
Okay.
a lot.
I was gonna
of
make
business
this
at the
more
Golden
interesting to
Path.
watch, but I can't figure out what button that is.
I should
I
concentrate
think it's
on
Shift
piloting
F9?
this boat.
No. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This dialogue is also one of the best written dialogues in video game history.
Yeah, what's coming up here really is, it's not redundant at all.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
Pleased to meet you.
As am I. Would you like to see your room in the tower?
Can I see it?
Yes, you may. You'll get to see it all. The entirety of the Hound Pits.
Good. I think I'll like it here. I'll
You'll
go
get to
with
do a
Callista
run
for
at
now.
Hackathon. Can I run it?
I'll see you later.
Okay,
Anything
I'll,
went wrong in the recording booth?
I don't understand what they were thinking for that one. And, like, most of the dialogue in this is kind of weird at times, but like that one is something else. So we're now going to shake hands with this guy who's totally a good guy. We will not have to be mortal enemies later on, I swear.
For now,
And then we're going to go talk to another guy who we just killed this guy's brothers. So he's standing here looking over the sea and being like, what did I do with my life to get here?
Oh, that went dark really quickly.
Yeah. So now we blink over that guy. That's the hardest blink in the run, IMO, but it has a
Agree.
setup.
Sir. We'll get our sleep later.
It's also RNG because sometimes the door
climb
isn't
aboard
open,
when
so
you're
by
ready.
trying to do the really hard blink, you don't save any time.
Is it really RNG? Have you ever figured out what causes it? Or?
Yeah, it's one of the characters like walking through that door, but sometimes he just doesn't. He has like 2 different paths he can go on, and one of them goes in through the door quick enough to close it behind him.
City for years, but you lived in
But he didn't do
Gunwale
it, so
Tower
I'm
with the late
happy.
Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge before tonight.
So
Something to
this is
look
the
out
bridge
for.
segment, the only mission in the
See all
game where
them
we don't
lights
have to
up in
kill
the
anyone.
That's
So here
right,
we
we'll be spotted for sure.
well,
You're
we
gonna have to shut off
just
the
run
power
across
before I
all
can
of
pick
this
you up.
area. We're just gonna go all the way over there, so we're gonna be blinking.
Now, about bringing Sokolov
the entire
back
time.
alive. He's smart. Maybe even
Well,
smarter
actually,
than
on this
Geralt.
first screen right
The
here,
whole
Samuel
Gunwale and
keeps
sun,
talking
all
once the
that
cutscene here is
natural
done, and we have to wait for him to
philosophy business. New
be done
technology,
talking before we
oceans
can
and
leave
light.
the area,
Seems
because otherwise we
dangerous to
soft lock later on.
What do I know?
So I'm gonna be taking it a little bit slow here and use my mana sparingly to try to keep as much mana as possible. Pick up some extra bullets. Ooh, I did that blink very nice. That means I can save one more blink here, and then go to this door before the objective pops up. Very happy with that.
In case you're wondering why lurven didn't immediately go out there, we need to wait for the objective to pop up because otherwise at the end of bridge we won't be able to progress.
Yep. Like Samuel will just not be standing there for some reason. He's like, oh, rude, didn't listen to me. Oh. Close enough. Then one of the shortest screens in the game. We're just gonna jump on some fences and go over here.
That's so cool. I love it.
Yeah. We do like a small fence boost there, but we then blink immediately away from it. So the only thing it really does is break our fall so we don't get a hard fall. Then here, another FPS trick is coming up. I hope I can hit it because there's no way to do it twice. I cannot try it again. It doesn't save that much time either. So I'm just gonna walk into this at low FPS, do a quick save, and I missed it.
Made a neat job. Drop 'em here.
This is one of the newest tricks in the route, really, because well, you just need to make a quick save on the last frame. So again, we go down to 5 FPS because 5 FPS is funny.
Did we ever try like print screen stuff in this game?
Oh yeah. Well, there used to be a strat for print screen, but then we found a way to bring our FPS even lower than with print screen, and so we use that instead now.
They set up a cell for
So
Sokolov in the
you'll
old
see that
tunnel.
in the
Shackles
flooded
and
district.
everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw. and
So
the
why
dog.
aren't you using your
What I
usual
hear,
equipment, like
he's
the swords and the
walking up
crossbows, to
worse
kill these
places.
people? Surely that would be faster.
All
We'll
right.
have it back.
Yeah, no, when we went out of bounds right after the prison, we skipped picking up the sword at all. So that skips like the 15-second cutscene of Corvo like swinging his sword around and being like, "What is this? I've only owned this for 20 years. I don't know what this does." And so by skipping that, we save like 15 seconds there, and that means we also don't have to do the movement glitch where you put away your sword to run faster for the entire game. So it's just nice to not have it. So we instead spend a bunch of money during the first intermission to pick up all of the stuff we need to kill everyone along the way with just mines and mines and grenades and bullets at times. So we buy some bullets there and then we pick up a gun a little bit later. So we don't need to worry about that. I got stuck, so I don't. My mana's wrong. Oh well. So here there used to be a trick called double ass, but double ass is dead. Because we now instead clip out through this wall, which is very thick, please. Thank you.
Boyle costume ball.
I think you still should have gone for the double S.
I could have, yeah.
It's iconic.
You ready?
Would have been a good bit of history to have
Seeing
on the
Piero
10-year
before we set sail for
anniversary.
Grand Ball.
I mean, we have time later in Followed to sing Happy Birthday.
No.
I mean, we do. We have the time.
We do have the
I
time.
sadly need to go very, very quickly then.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, I just got word.
Patrolling here tonight. Watch yourself, Corvo. They don't fool around.
So here we're coming up on the worst level of all time in any video game. It's actually pretty fun to play, but there's an RNG element in it, which really sucks.
You mean the lamp?
Yeah, it's RNG, right? It was not your fault.
So Henny had a really, really good run.
Yeah.
A really good world record a couple years ago, and he missed the lamp jump there.
So here
Very
we
sad.
are doing the RNG part. We are killing a person and reading a note, and hopefully the note says that she was our target. Oh, actually she
Oh,
was.
Okay.
Okay, that means we
Okay.
don't have to explain the rest of the level. We're just leaving now.
Perfect.
But yeah, by just doing that and reading a note out of bounds, 1/3 of the time the game just goes, okay, cool, you did it. Congratulations. Done with the mission. Go home now.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir. But we'd best be on our way. Quickly.
What was the time loss again? 15 to 20 seconds, right? If you
Yeah.
get better NG. It's bad, but yeah. For a marathon, it wouldn't matter too much.
No. Well, I put my estimate here way too low. I tried to ask Sajiki to make it a minute longer, and he was like, no, we don't have time.
He's very strict with that.
Yeah.
Lord Pendleton said he would meet us here. I checked the wine cellar.
Where's Xone, by the way?
Gives a man a thirst.
Sorry, what?
Where's Xone, by the way, Xoneris?
Oh. He should be here. We should have him on. So here I turn around this way because the game auto turns me this way, so it looks funnier. We have to find stuff to do during these
And now
cutscenes,
we've done away with
otherwise
a woman
we will
and
go
a noble
insane.
woman at that. But Boyle was a viper.
Kind of
She
weird.
helped the
Usually
Lord
it
Regent
zooms like really
Silver
in here, so we don't have to
so I
look at
don't feel
his
a thing for her.
somewhat
You've had a long
not
night,
my
Corvo.
favorite face.
But I fear it's not
But
over.
didn't hear
Havelock and Martin have
Why are you
already
so
cooked up
mean?
something more for you.
because they
They would
talk
like
to
to
me
see
for
you.
hundreds of hours at a
In
time, and I'm
Havelock's
done with them.
chambers above the bar.
That's actually a good reason.
I'm so tired of everyone in this game.
Do we have anything to plug out? Any donations, maybe?
This would be a good time, yes?
Yeah.
Ready to face the Lord Regent? About time we took care of my say. Long past time.
We don't have any donations, but I'll just remind all of our viewers that all the donations to this marathon go to the Save the Children charity. So yeah, please keep donating. Also, one other thing, if you tweet with the hashtag Tech
This is
22,
it, Corvo.
Yeah.
you have a chance to
Last
appear
memories
in
of
the.
Dunwall Tower might not be
To
good
get
ones.
stuck in the Omnibar.
So maybe you can
Indeed.
make up for what happened back
Don't
then.
miss out on that.
It'll
Get
be a
stuck
bit
to
of a
never
climb
return.
from the waterlogged. Most important thing is killing the Lord Regent.
So here we have a
Built
really
himself
swag
quite a
level
place
coming
at
up.
the top
This
of
is
the
like the
tower.
same area that we were in at the start of the
Probably
game,
safe room
and
or
it's
something.
like
Crazy
the most
if you
vertical
ask me.
level we're gonna go through in the entire game,
Another
and
point of
it
interest when
ends
I
up being
did
very
my
fun for that
grand
reason,
tour,
as long
Corvo.
as the elevators play nice.
Broadcast control
Elevators
station
are
here where
like
all
based
the
on FPS,
announcements come
and since there's
from.
so many enemies in this
Might be worth
area,
looking into.
and we're looking at them, they're behind a wall, so the game is like kind of
Ready?
rendering them or something. I don't really
Next
know
time
how
I
it
see
works.
you, the Lord Regent
Anyway,
will
it means
be
the
dead.
FPS tanks, so the elevators can be
not,
really
well, it
inconsistent
was an
here,
honor to
but
serve with you.
knock on wood, they will not. Oh, thank you, elevator. Oh, I got stuck there. And we do a double blink there, pick up a potion, pick up that potion, and then blink inside. Ready for the shortest screen in the entire run. And we're out.
Very good.
So that means that our big baddie, like our Voldemort actually, is on this roof here. And we can go and have a little bit of a chat with him. We just... Oh, I missed? No. That's so swag when you get it first try. So it's this beam then? Yes, that looks better. No, it does not. Are you kidding me?
Third time's the
SMH.
charm.
Yeah. I should just do the easier setup, which is look here. Right? No, that's too low. SMH. Everyone look away. Well, you get to see that elevator over and over, so that one has been
Super
playing
cool.
nice. There we go. We hit him from all the way over there,
Nice.
and then we can just leave.
That's really precise, that throw actually, so...
Yeah. It can be a bit finicky, and especially like since it's after. Oh, I'm not doing the FPS trick here because
Is it
it's
all
slower
done?
OTA.
You ready to go back to the
But
Hound
since it's like
Pits?
after RNG is done and
Thanks
like
to you,
you know whether or not you can be on a
Alright,
good
let's go.
pace, it can be very nerve-wracking. So I think up until that point, this technically could have world record Sag.
Can still world record in Knife of
Big
Dunwall.
changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes me uneasy to tell the truth.
I mean, to be fair, this has been
Small fry
quite a
like
run
me
for a
always gets
marathon
the
run.
worst of it.
Yeah. I'm happy
Maybe
so
it's
far.
going to be different now. The Lord Regent is gone.
I'm just gonna blame
The
this
Abbey
looking
has a
slightly
new
different on this
high
monitor than I'm
overseer.
used to, and that setup
I'm
is
guessing our
weird.
work is almost done. The others are in
So
the
we're
yard.
ending, or close to ending the game right now.
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah. So we just killed
Me, I think I'll
Voldemort
just
by
leave it
MLG
out here
nading
if you
him
don't
across
mind.
the room, and then
Reflect on things while we're
now
at
we're
the
just
moment.
gonna have a beer with the lads.
Congratulations, Corvo.
Then, well, we just got our honor back because we killed the guy that took it away, because that's how honor works.
Been re-honored, you say?
Re-honored.
That would be a good name for a sequel.
What? Why did they call it just Dishonored 2? That just
Yeah.
like lazy writing. SMH.
Oh, what's happening?
This looks weird. It's like
Yeah.
something with a PC.
Yeah. Are we lagging right now? Oh. So no, we have been poisoned, and now I'm going to be holding F for, well, 2.5 minutes. This is to do one of those storage skips that we talked about, and we activated it off the last dialogue wheel that was like right before the loading screen, and the actual next dialogue wheel doesn't pop up until after we are done riding this wonderful boat. I feel like when they were writing this game, they just wanted boats to be a theme, because it's like, we're not even riding with Samuel here, and it's just, yeah, put him on a boat.
Probably.
I mean, it's the same thing with Dishonored 2, just the boat is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's true. And there you have a boat that goes to a boat.
Yeah.
Did they ever say if Dishonored 3 might be a thing?
Did you see the news? It was like yesterday.
No.
They announced that Deathloop is actually in the Dishonored universe.
What?
Yes.
No
Really?
way.
No, not joking.
So, oh,
Not
Wow,
joking.
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dinga talked about it in an interview, and it's like,
So yeah, okay, that leaves things open and possibilities, but
Yeah, he ended the interview with, "It makes sense. I mean it," which is like, if you have to say that, does it? It's like Deathloop is also a good game though.
It's fun,
just,
yeah.
If it's in this universe, then a lot has changed.
I guess what we can also mention is so many people think because Dishonored 1 and 2 are like similar casual games, they're similar speedruns, but that's totally not the case. Dishonored 1 is way more strict and more like a consistency test, I would say.
Yep.
And it consistently like requires you to hit the tricks in a very accurate way of manner.
Yep.
And
but also most of the tricks are like, they are consistent as long as you do them exactly the same way each time.
yes, yes.
Whereas Dishonored 2,
Well, Dishonored 2 has the run is very spontaneous because you have leaps.
Yep.
Which is a super cool movement tech.
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not as consistent every time.
Yeah.
it can give you slightly different speed based on like if you have 200 or 120 or 119 FPS. Like it matters. What? Hello? Okay, I got the trick at least.
Yes, you saw in the bottom left corner the loading circle disappear, and that's how much? 1 second saved, half a second.
Yeah, about a second.
Yeah, worth
Yeah,
it.
Dishonored 2 is it reminds me more of a Half-Life than it does Dishonored 1, with like how much you're flying around and you have to slightly change how you're jumping, or like Half-Life 2, I guess. More than Half-Life.
Never thought about it that way, but you might be right. Yeah.
Don't you get some kind of bunny hopping in there too?
Yeah. You definitely do there. Oh no. This is not good. I need that mana back. Thank you. There we go. So we just went out through that wall, picked up some potions, said no to picking up a sword because again we don't want swords. So now we are in the flooded district. We're about to enter a boss fight right here. Which we're completely gonna ignore by going out through this wall and swimming out of bounds. Oh, okay. This is spooky. Okay. So it's gonna say now that we spared our target in this area, Dowd, the guy with the threw our stuff down a well and killed our girlfriend, but by just going out of bounds and skipping the key he has right next to him. Just going past the door because we can go through any wall. It works out. So coming up is like the coolest FPS trick in the run, I'd say. This is 2 FPS flooded. We're gonna blink through that door. I'm gonna quick save here in case I miss it. No, that's not how I do it. It's like that. We're gonna jump into this water stream, lower our frame rate, and then it's gonna just put us at the top of the end of the level, and we can just go through a door.
I have not seen that.
I have
fairly
not seen
new.
that either.
Yeah. Of course, Seeker found that.
Of course,
Of course.
Yeah.
Show us the secret. Before we used to go into the water stream directly and use the FPS, but that wouldn't directly put us at the door, so this is much nicer.
Yep. Saves like 4 seconds compared to the old route, and also just looks really cool and feels really cool to do. Here, the route has changed over the last few years, so we're going to pick up this note instead while we're waiting for Samuel to come back. So now we're going to do a trick that I think Finzi can explain, because it's his trick.
I can absolutely explain a trick I found 6 years ago.
So we're... yeah.
Yeah, the game wants you to talk to this guy, but when you blink next to the boat to activate the cutscene, at a certain distance it's just, oh, you're not here, you're free to move again.
Yep.
And usually you want to go on the boat the second time, so you can go into the next level, because otherwise he won't talk to you again. But me coming from Source games, I was like, okay, the guy stops talking to me, what if I just quick save and quick load? And then he gets, he just puts you in the next level, and it works.
And it saves like, in total, 45-50 seconds. It's pretty big, because Samuel won't shut up since he's so excited to see you again, because you were cheating on him with another boat.
To be clear, I did not find a trick that makes it 40 seconds faster.
Oh, really?
No.
I've been lying for years then. I've been attributing all
I
of
mean,
that
it's
to
still
you.
called...
No,
like,
I just made the normal thing.
yeah, and the
2
normal thing
seconds
is
faster.
called
yeah.
Finzi's fast fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just coined it by as a joke because it's like 2 seconds faster, maybe if even. But
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
thing was something else.
Good luck, Corvo.
So should we let him live, or what do you guys think?
I heard you don't like Samuel.
Do it.
I mean, I like Samuel, but
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sam.
he betrayed us, so...
He did. So this is the last level of the game, so the game doesn't care if he's alive or not, because he's not going to ride any more boats with us. So after I use this elevator and go to the top here, we're going to do like 10 seconds of movement and then time is coming up. Yeah, darn it. If I had gotten that first try grenade throw, I would have been underestimate. Oh well. But yeah, I set the estimate way too low.
I was about to say that. I think your run is pretty good. It's just as the estimate was very generous.
Okay, a little bit too high. So we gotta like climb through that roof floor thing there.
And that's
time.
time.
Woo!
Nice.
Very good run.
Yeah, the run was surprisingly solid. I mean, the grenade throw, a bit unlucky, but yeah.
But yeah, good for a marathon. I'm happy with that. So that was the main game, and then we're gonna also be doing the first story DLC.
Now Emily Caldwin
So,
first will take her mother's
yeah,
throne.
thanks for
After a
allowing me
season
to
of
show this off,
turmoil.
and thanks for letting me do
You
it
will
exactly
stand
today,
at her
where the
side,
game is 10
boy.
years old.
Guiding
Yeah,
her
shoutouts to
young
Arcane.
mind
They're doing
and
great
protecting
games,
her
and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait to see what they're
Seek to
coming up with next.
cause
Yep.
her harm.
Excited for Redfall, and yeah, this game is super sick in its own way.
You watched and
So,
listened when other men would have
We're gonna go to a
shouted in
slight
rage.
intermission here while I
held
switch some
back
patches and stuff to
instead
do
of
the first
striking.
DLC, so you can just
So it is
get us
with the
out of this
passing
cutscene
the
whenever you want
plague
to,
and Emily's
Prasco.
ascension comes a golden.
Nice.
Bye.